Hey everyone, welcome to Bricking with Friends. How is everyone out there in the world? Whether you're on the blue side, blue side? There's no blue side. Whether you're on the red side or the purple side, let us know in the chat. Hello, my little Lego, my wonderful little Lego family. How are you guys doing?
Okay.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Awesome. And I just realized I forgot the music. It is not a Bricking with Friends if I don't forget the music.
Is it Christmas music today?
I am not doing Christmas music until after
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I forgot.
I just can't do it.
I thought I'd ask because I thought I'd ask because of I thought because of your build. No, actually, I don't know. I can't remember if you're building. Are you building something festive today, Fab?
I am.
That's right. That's why I thought I'd ask. Are you actually putting some festive music on to go with your build?
I just, the American in me, I just can't bring myself to listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving. I'm okay if it's like background music, like at the mall, because I can't control it. But if it's under my control, I need to wait until after Thanksgiving.
Speaking of
You
control,
can put up all the Christmas decorations you want because I love my Christmas decorations.
Speaking of control, we have control over the banner.
Oh, I forgot the banner. See, it is not a Bricking with Friends if I do not forget something or everything. There we go. There we go. We are all set up now. Hi, Ems. How are you? And hi, Martin. Hi, TJ. Oh, TJ's on. TJ's watching on both sides, red and purple. Go, TJ.
He's in my good books at the moment, TJ. I'm loving TJ at the moment. He does a monthly stream with Amber Light, and twice he's mentioned me over the past couple of streams. TJ, shouldn't have favorites, but you are at the moment. It's just amazing though.
Favorites.
How many times have you had that? Because I remember, like, I don't think I'm new to this streaming game, but I've only been doing it for about 14, 15 months. But have you ever had that where you've watched another stream and your name just pops up and it just makes you feel so like loved? It's just amazing. I remember watching. I think it was the first time I ever heard my obviously my Lego name mentioned was with 2 to 4 players. I was like, oh my god, I'm famous.
Well, we should probably go around and talk about what we are building. So I'm going to start with Mark. What are you building today, Mark?
So earlier on during my stream, I was building Hagrid's hut, and I'm not streaming next week, so I've decided to continue Hagrid's hut, finish it off. So that's what I'm building this evening, and get it all finished, and then then Elry gets some company.
Yes.
Sorry.
How are you liking it so far?
Loving it. Awesome. Literally finished bag 4, and it's just amazing.
Got it for a good discount, didn't you, as well?
Half price.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for the figures you get in here as well. And I've literally just opened bag 5, and bag 5 has Hagrid and the little baby dragon in it. So I am so happy.
So
good. So it's
Norbert
just
is so cute.
It just, and the fact it's not just a square building, it's an octagon building. It's the techniques to build it is so clever. Like, I'm a huge fan of this. It's amazing.
Yay!
That's what I'm building.
So what really won me over with that set as well, I really want it for me as well, is the printed oven gloves as well.
Yes, they're so cool. I needed to check what it was because I was like, I don't know what this is. And then Martin's like, oven gloves. I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. They're so cool. They're so cute. And you get a spare glove as well.
Oh, nice. It's always nice when you get extras. I always like the little extras. Sorry, I'm looking at the purple side to see how things are going on the purple side.
Cheers, Tej.
Because, I'm still learning the purple side and trying to understand the purple side.
It's amazing space. Purple side is amazing. They're
It
phenomenal.
is. I just need to learn more. I just need to learn more. I need to get into it more. I got other things I need to do first. Another thing, I got other things to worry about first too. So, hi,
Lego
Megan.
Team Bees.
Hey, how are
Hey,
you? Isn't it like really super early in the morning? Oh, hi, Grit. Hi, Grit.
Best Hagrid ever. Best one.
Yeah.
I even rate that one above the gold one. With
So cute.
He is amazing.
That is the best one. Honestly.
He is amazing.
Do you prefer that one, Fab, to the gold one that we got in the icon set? Because I do.
You know, I haven't looked at the gold one in the icon set in a long time. But I do love that. I just love that we got a different Hagrid.
Yeah.
Granted,
yeah.
it took,
That's
I'm
why
not
we
sure
have
how many years, but it took forever.
That's why we have another point over Lego Star Wars. Even though I like Lego Star Wars, it's that they keep getting the same Chewbacca. We finally get a different Hagrid.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that you call it 6 a.m. on Monday morning. Oh, my Lord. No. That is, wow. That is dedication. Thank you so much for joining us. But you call it Fab O'Clock. Love it. Love it. So, Chris,
Brilliant.
what are you going to be building today?
I'm undecided yet because I'm giving what I'm building is down to the chat and you guys as well on the panel. My wife's already voted, so I'm in the middle of building Holiday Main Street. So obviously there's two buildings. One is the music store, and the other one is the toy shop. My wife's voted for this, so far this is winning. But what do
which
you
one
guys?
was that one again?
That's the toy shop.
I vote toy shop.
Okay, so toy shop is 2-0 up. So Mark, Nicole, and everybody else in the chat, what would you like me to build today? The power's in your hands.
Toy shop.
It's got to be the toy shop.
Okay, that's
the toy shop
three.
It's the toy shop for the decoration on the outside.
Okay, so that's 3-0. Nicole?
I vote toy shop as well.
Oh, blimey, 4-0. Could be a whitewash here.
Yeah, it is.
We have a hive mindset. That's why.
Yeah. We should have made it more. But we should have more of a split vote, because if now the chat would vote for the other one, it's 4 against the chat.
Oh, but the chat is saying it more... toy shop. There's 3 votes in the chat for toy shop.
They want the toy shop.
It's 7.
It's fine. We all want the toys. Who doesn't want toys at Christmas?
I mean, it's 7-0. I thought it'd be a close call because I look at the toy. I mean, for me, I have a preference for the toy shop because the toy shop just looks a little bit better. I just like the olive green bricks in it.
Yes.
But But when I look at them both, I think toy shop doesn't stand out that much against the music store. But why is everyone going for toy shop? Be interesting to hear everyone's thoughts. Why they're going for this one?
The decorations,
toys, and more than likely, if any shop on Main Street was going to sell Lego, it would be the toy shop.
That's true.
That is my thinking. That is legit my thinking. Not that there's probably anything referencing Lego in that little toy shop, but I'm imagining that the part that got guillotined off on the other side, there was Lego on the other side.
Yeah. Yes.
Lego.
The music store is cool too, by the way. The music store is amazing. The instruments that you have in that set that you get to build, and you get to build a lot of instruments as well. That's not really spoiling it in terms of you get to do a lot of building in that set for the stuff that's in it. It's just,
yeah. Toy shop it is then.
I mean, it's pretty unanimous. You don't have much of a choice now.
Toys.
The public have spoken.
Yeah. Imagine if you just went, and I'm going to build the music shop.
Yeah, just to annoy everybody, I'm going to be building the music store.
Which I could totally see Chris doing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
why?
appreciate all that you have said. I'm going to ignore you, and I'm going to build this anyway because it's fine.
Nicole, are you building anything or are you sorting today?
I'm sorting. Today is tile day. Everything tile related. And I'm so grateful. I'm not really sure if I can participate, but Mark made a discovery, which is amazing. Although you said it on your stream, so it's not a secret, right?
No. Say it away. It's fine.
Because I am... so far, I have loads of it in these buckets, and this is my sorting system. And now I have a wall of shelves, drawer systems, acro mills, and these big ones. And Mark discovered it probably will not fit into these ones, but
you never know. You never know.
Right.
So let me grab the shelf. Let me grab the drawer to show you. So basically, in the UK, we have this an 8-drawer unit. It's probably the same across the world. It's probably not exclusive to our DIY store in the UK, but it's an 8-drawer unit that has 8 of these drawers. And what we've found is that these drawers, these dividers that are sold in a store in the UK called The Range, literally they fit
right
perfectly inside with no gaps.
And that's amazing.
No gaps.
Yeah, because I put mine in zipper bags now.
Yeah.
And that's a headache to if you find another 3 and another 2, you keep on opening zipper bags and
yeah. But the best thing about it, Liz, take a second one, place it on top, no wasted space.
That is amazing.
Wow.
And you can literally lift these out, put them back in again, and there is no movement.
That is amazing.
So that's 30 compartments per drawer sorted, and you can access them super easy. No wasted space.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
That would be perfect for like dots and tiles and all that stuff. That would be perfect for that.
We worked out on stream 240 compartments this unit will hold, and it costs about £80 in parts. But you literally just buy the unit and those drawers, and that is it.
Yeah,
there's 3 pieces per drawer, and you can buy those compartments in stages if you don't want to. If you can, because it's because the drawers are all the same, you could buy 4 of those compartments and have 2 drawers of small bits and have the other 6 drawers with just like loose pieces in. And then as your collection grows, you can buy more of those dividers and just drop them in. There's nothing you need to do extra.
That's impressive.
Awesome.
And it was by accident I found it. By accident. I was so excited when I found it though, because I was like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for in terms of finding something that works. Because I would love to, I've seen Tiago's. I would love to be able to 3D print compartments, but I don't have those drawers. I don't have the Alex drawers. I don't have any of those. So it wouldn't work for me. But when I found those, and it was by accident, because I found the drawer unit and I thought, I wonder, and then I put it in, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't move. It's literally to the millimeter perfect.
Yeah.
So we've established it's German made. Because it's millimeter perfect, as we've established. It's probably millimeter perfect, so it's probably a German design.
Yeah, if it's that perfect, it's got to be. It has to be.
Mateus joined us. Hi, Mateus.
Hey, Mateus.
Hi, Mateus. How are you?
Hey, Bill.
So that's so in the UK. It's just given us an option, and I can't show the unit because the unit's obviously quite big. But I'm gonna grab the links to everything and put it on Instagram, and then I'll make a video showing it, but with links to it. But basically, it's the B&Q is one of the big DIY stores in the UK, and those other things are from a store called The Range, which most towns have, but you can buy online from them too. So they're just parts you pick up off the shelf. So
that's awesome.
But for Lego sorting, it's just like finally something that can give us, because it's satisfying as well, because you can access all 15 compartments, because you can take the top drawer, lift it slightly and slide it, and you can access the back free as well.
Right. Yeah. Right.
That's
and
awesome.
you need to have so many different categories, because I have a lot of drawers now. The whole wall is full. I have 374, I think I calculated, and I'm already running out of storage.
Yeah, that's it. It's so big. This setup gives you 240 compartments.
Right.
Wow.
It's
cool.
And that's just in one unit.
And that's just in one unit. And the space it takes up is, we worked out the space it takes up is less than it would for the acro meals, because everything's condensed so much more. You're saving all that space.
Right.
That is.
Anything to save space when you collect Lego as well.
That is it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It really is.
To save space.
As Greg says, space, time, and money. That's it, isn't it? It's those three categories.
Yeah,
it is.
You have to manage those three things.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to loose bricks, because theoretically, I always have the theory that I only use, I don't know, 10-20% of my actual bricks, but you need to sort each and every piece in order to know where it is, to really select the 10 or 20 percent that you access on a regular basis. The rest is just needs a place to keep away from the things that you are building with. And if you don't know that you have it and where to find it, it's as good as not having it in the first place.
That's it.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's good to have a place. And the thing is that once you've got it all sorted, then you have the enjoyment of being able to then go, okay, how am I going to reference this going forward? And I think you came up with the idea, which is amazing, of taking the instructions from the back of instruction books and taking the printed element index of sets and using them to attach the front drawer. See, that's just amazing. That's so clever. No printing, no label needed. Cut, stick, done.
Right.
And you've recycled.
Yeah.
So clever.
That is very clever. I did see Tiago's video about that bamboo printer, and I have been seriously looking at it.
Yeah.
Because actually, Brixie, my storage system is based off of Brixie's storage system. I stole my storage system from him. And he also got a bamboo lab like last month or something like that. And he did the same thing. He created his own. And I'm like, that would save me so much money over my little containers that I've been buying to go into there. You just
need a warehouse now.
Yeah.
Right, because the printer are big. It would be nice if we, I still have the vision of us all living in one town together, like WandaVision. One day you all will wake up in my town, and I conjure you all into the town. If then only one 3D printer, or the two that Tiago has, and then all of us could use them, because I looked at Tiago's review, and I absolutely love it. It's just I barely have space for my Lego, let alone 3D.
Yeah.
Is the 3D print is amazing, but it's giant, and I don't have the space for it. And I was actually looking at the cost of, because I used to have a tiny 3D printer that would have been able to print like a drawer at a time, but it broke on moving. They're really good. Like they're brilliant. So if you have the opportunity to get one, oh my god, like they're amazing. But what I found for me was that it was useful, but it took time. It took space up and time, because for the filament reels, you need those, and those cost. And there's also some of the filament that you use only has a finite shelf life once you've exposed it to the elements, so it can't be used forever. And then of course you have to have it on all the time, so if you're printing those things, then you've got the power consumption to take into account as well. And like, it's those sorts of things, those all add up. And I just look at how much it would cost for me to take my system and convert over to that, and I don't know if I would be saving money based on something like this, because something like this, by once it's done, yes, you pay a lot outgoing at the very beginning, but in the UK, it's like, as I said, it works out about 80 pounds, if that, and it's done. You've got 240 drawers, compartments in 8 drawers, and it's done. You get a instant result from it. I think that this would work incrementally as you were working through your collection. Certainly for me, it wouldn't be practical for me to use it, because you know, I have the Trofast unit for like my giant bricks and things, but that's 100% not practical at all. It's not a most effective use of space at all, and so that will go eventually, and I'll probably get another one of these and have 2 lots. Because the Trofast drawer system from IKEA, it's brilliant for a time, because you can get the lids and the compartments and things, but you've got like space between shelves, space under the shelves, and then it's just, yeah, it's you can't subdivide without putting containers in. And putting containers in is, the Trofast things are rounded on the edges as well, so you can't fit things up close. So it's all those little elements and things. It's just, I think because I'm in a small space, I have the same mindset of them as is capitalizing on every single millimeter of space that you have. And this one I discovered by accident. I'm switching to this. This is perfect. Like this is perfect for me. And it's, as I said, it's an instant. Once you purchase it, it's instant. You've got it. You're ready to go.
Yeah.
Right. And I think with our collection, to a certain degree, I believe when my wall is really filled, I should be able to deal with it, because there is a certain amount that we need, and after that, it will not grow potentially over years. So even if we bought a 3D printer, I hopefully have in 6 months, we don't really need it anymore. It's, unless we have other ideas.
Yeah, I see what I get you. But again, it's just like, I think if you've got a larger space, I know certainly UK, I don't know if it's the same. I think it's the same for your place in Germany. Our houses are tiny. Like they're not huge at all. We are so restricted with space.
Exactly.
Like you know, where you see my bed is behind me. I've got maybe 30-40 centimeters between the back of my chair and the bed, and that's my space. That's what I have in my room. So I have a tiny amount of space that I've got to utilize. So I love the system. Like when I saw what Tiago had made, I was just like, that's phenomenal. Like that's really, really good. But I can't apply it into my setting because I don't have the space for it. So I appreciate it and I think it's phenomenal, but I can't utilize it, which is a shame.
Yeah, and there's only so much that you can do, because he said he stocks the ones his drawers, but the white drawer systems, it does not really make sense, even if you have high ceilings, to stack 5 of them on top of each other. Theoretically, on top of each other there is space, but what are you going to do with these units when the last drawer is under the ceiling? It's
Yeah. And you don't want to, yes, utilizing vertical space is always something that is, something that we should always consider. But that's why I don't have my units go to the ceiling, because I'm never going to access those pieces by ceiling. Sorry, I'm not. I'm not going to get a step stool to go up to the top to get a piece out. I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So it's far more practical for me to use the space near the ceiling for displaying stuff, because then it's the one up there, it's then up there, and then if I need to get it down, then it's only one time I need to go up there. Whereas for pieces, I could be up and down all the time, and
it keeps us young. Keeps the butt tight and the heart young.
I never thought of putting drawers up to the ceiling to keep my butt tight.
Can you imagine the next convention? You look around and everyone has really,
I have no
really...
backside. It's just flat. Flat.
Hi, Penelope. Please don't take my Lego.
I got my second. I got my second exclusive print.
Oh.
I don't know who it was. I don't know who it is, I should say.
Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah, I don't know. Chris is our resident expert.
I think that's unnamed Sleeping Witch.
Sleeping Witch.
I believe.
Okay, perfect. Sleeping Witch. Right.
Sleeping Witch. We'll go with that. That sounds good. Oh, I didn't tell everybody what I was building. I just realized that.
You forgot.
I am building Santa's post office.
Yeah. So
That's
cool.
cool.
I love it so far. I'm almost done with bag one. I've just been building while you guys have been talking about storage. But I do like the idea of like what they've been doing, like what Tiago and Brixie did for their storage. I do like the idea. And like if I were to follow Brixie and get a bamboo lab printer and print up my own drawers as I need them to go inside the bigger drawers, it actually would save me a lot of money.
That's cool. If you can find a cost saving by doing it.
There's one issue: where to put it.
It's the thing, because it's the initial outlay. Again, the setup that I found here, and I appreciate it could be Europe or even UK exclusive, means that you pay once. And with the printer, yes, you pay once. But again, you've got to get your desired system, you've got to outlay the cost of the printer and the resources before you can even start the cost of bit by bit producing your containers. So it's the outlaying cost originally.
Yeah.
It was the material, and then but again, it's one of those buy once, as long as you can find a use for it. And going forward, it continues to have use. You and Mike find different things you can utilize it for. And I mean, they're fantastic for so many things. Excuse me. But for me, I don't have enough of a use to have it. So
I feel like I would find uses for it after I got done printing up. Like I would need to find some uses.
It needs to be justified.
Yeah. Liz,
So
you have to think of it. You can
build in bag one. So here's the first one. It's the little. Hold on, let me try to.
That's so cute.
It's a little mailbox with the little signs on there, and yes, those are all stickers. It's almost half the stickers. There's 7 stickers in this. But I think it's interesting that this sticker says Elf Clubhouse and this sticker says Workshop. And I know that there was a workshop a long time ago, and there was a GWP that was a workshop. But maybe this is hinting that next year we might get a Santa's workshop. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
I recognize that one sticker. The Santa's post office sign. That's actually a sticker on the side of the post box in Holiday Main Street.
Oh, There you go. And then there's this little ice pole fishing thing, and it's got the cutest little. It has the little baby seal. It's adorable.
To get a baby
Adorable.
seal in the set.
Oh, it's
So
adorable.
cute.
I love it. It's so cute. And then there's a Christmas tree with little ornaments hanging
different
off
tree.
below, and then little presents going around it. And then there was a little elf, our first little elf. You would think by now I would know where my camera is. You would think. There's my little elf, and I'm gonna take myself out of solo mode here, and I'm gonna mute myself because I need to dump out bag 2, and I don't want to.
Can you, Mark? Can you show me that portrait again? Because I think I might have made a mistake. I don't think that character's sleeping. No, there is 2 portraits. One is Sleeping Witch and Sleeping Wizard. So I don't. That lady's not sleeping. It looks like it. That's not. I got it wrong. So that's not Sleeping Witch. That is Adisa Sacknendenberg, who was an headmistress. I want to say 16th century or 15th century. So Adisa was a ex-headmistress of Hogwarts.
Okay.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you. The other portrait, I don't know if you were around for it. Martin found out for me. Was this one, this lady here, who we found out is
Elizabeth. That is Elizabeth Burke.
Yes,
another former headmistress. A very cruel one as well.
Yeah, not a very nice headmistress.
Yeah, she was cruel. She tortured students.
She tortured.
Horrible lady.
No, we don't like her.
No. Yeah. And she looks so innocent in the picture.
They always do. And I got another elf.
Hey.
So cute.
There you go.
That's cool.
Just realized Chris is getting covered up by the comments.
I know. It's all right. Just do that.
Let me. Maybe I'll just squish us.
So I can just move a little bit to the side. It should be all right now.
And then we're just gonna look like we're in the movies with little black lines on each side of us. There we go. That should be better. I like that I can adjust everybody, or just the little screens. So let's see what bag 2 is going to bring us here with maybe some toys or something.
I just love how full this hut is. Like it's jam packed with stuff. It's not empty like some of the builds that you see. Not necessarily Harry Potter, but I know Harry Potter fall foul of it too, especially when they're doll's house style builds and very thin. They always are lacking in the interior, because if you put it on the shelf, it's just, how many pieces do they want to waste on the interior when no one's looking in it? But because this is a 360 build, which I was expecting it to be half and then open at the back. I didn't realize it's fully enclosed. And the fact that not only is it fully enclosed, but you get all this detail in there as well. It's just so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty cool. But what do you think then? Do you think that what then makes a set to cramped as opposed to cozy? So you get some sets that are like, I think the museum, the modular building, the museum, that's been criticised for having a bit too much space for minifigures. And then you get some criticisms where there's too much going on. There's not many places to put your minifigures. So where's the balance?
I suppose it's I suppose the equal balance comes in with your floor spacing. So let's take one of the narrow bits. Let's take the holiday main street, because I think most of us have built that, what you're building now.
Yeah.
So in terms of the depth of the build, you've got, is it 4 or 5 studs of build inside? I think it's like 4 or 5 studs you have to play with on Timmy.
I think it's 6. Oh,
6.
okay, yeah. It's like 6. It's 6 studs deep.
Yeah.
But so far, from what I can see from the lower floor, the most you've got is 4 studs.
Yeah. So you've got 4 studs to play with. So probably you'll have something. Again, I don't want to spoil it for you. You'll probably have something on either side, and potentially you'll have something on the wall to kind of like fill out the 2 walls, and then maybe something sort of on the floor to kind of, you know, take away the empty space. I think as long as there's points of as long as there's stories you can tell with an interior, I think that's the key for me. Is, can you tell a story? If you've got a shop, can you pose someone to be your cashier?
Yeah,
because obviously someone's going to be in the shop. Can you pose 1 or 2 figures having a look around to browse stock? If so, then perfectly fine. I think if you've got so much in there that you can't fit 2 figures in there to browse, then yeah, maybe there is a little too much in there. But on the flip side, if you've got nothing in your shop to sell, you ain't gonna. There's no point having 2 people in there, because they're going to be browsing a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, because I don't like small. I don't mind sets that are a little bit cramped. It's cozy. I like it. You know, and it's a bit like buildings in general. You know, it's because obviously I'm going to go down the modular route now. I have asked my wife for a modular for Christmas, so I'm literally going down that route. And I don't mind that some of the shops are tiny. You need to have small buildings. You know.
The thing is,
the realism.
So today I watched Half Asleep Chris's video.
I need to watch that. Don't spoil it too much.
Yeah, watching that, Chris, I highly recommend that you watch it. Okay. I'm going to say nothing more, not to spoil it for Liz, because I think you're going to get some answers to questions and confirmations of your kind of viewpoints on things. I think that it might answer a couple of those points without spoiling it for Liz.
Is that
definitely?
We have Stud City with us. Hi.
Hi, Stud City. How are you?
Actually watched one of his videos before I joined you guys.
Ooh. Yeah, he's doing his basement as a Lego room.
So cool.
Gigantic Lego room.
Mm-hmm. You go for it, mate. Honestly, if you've got the space.
Oh yeah. Because he was putting up the last video I saw from him, he was putting up Billy bookcases to display a bunch of Lego in this like one like U-shaped part that he's got.
Yeah.
We're doing very well, thank you.
We are doing awesome. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, all good. All good. I'm just gearing up for this month. Obviously, I know Stud's one of his primary duties as a streamer is to let us know what deals we're approaching. I know it's all American and obviously I'm UK, but sometimes when he lets you know what's going on Lego-wise in the US, it might make you think what's going to happen over here. Obviously, it's never a guarantee, but you know, it's always good because I'm always trying to, especially this time of the month as well, where you got to like keep tabs on what deals are going to happen, so then you know how you're going to attack them. I was only doing this a week ago, knowing like I know what GWPs are coming out and double points and all this, so I'm just planning it out. What to get.
Have you seen the rumor of the newest GWP, the tic-tac-toe game?
Yeah, I've seen that. That looks really good. I mean, I want to know when that comes out, because I know you got was it the record player that's coming out? You got the record player, you got the train, and obviously I'm not going to count the endurance because endurance is not for me. That's it. but there is the tic-tac-toe 10 space minifigures coming out. But is that going to come out at the same time as the record player as well as the train? Maybe not, but they have 3 GWPs going on at the same time, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of GWPs coming out. There usually is a lot of GWPs though during the holidays. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I do try to hold off on, like, I usually don't buy myself any Lego like this time of year during the holiday season, and I'm usually buying it for other people.
Yeah.
I mean, my nieces, potentially Mike, but I usually don't buy anything for myself. But I do keep the GWPs for myself.
Yeah.
Unless I don't like them.
I'm delaying it because I'm buying stuff at the moment. So I just bought Holiday Main Street. That was a good deal at John Lewis, and I also got the Advent Calendar City one. So I'm just trying to apply the brake a little bit because I do want to get the Alpine Lodge as well. But because that's Argos, I'm hoping that will go down in price. I know I do need to get Santa's Post Office as well. That's probably going to be the last thing I build before Christmas.
Well, so far it is like all the little side builds so far have been really fun. I like all the little side builds so far.
Yeah.
It is Fab approved.
My intention was to pick it up later on than I did, but because I was at Leicester Square during the Christmas launch event, it felt like if I was going to buy it any time and hold on to the memory of it, I'm going to buy it that evening. So I did, and I used my insider points and got £21 off of it. So I saved them up. I saved my points up and I used them towards something. Normally at one of the sets that I've been thinking about. So I used those points towards it. So I bought that on Wednesday. So originally, otherwise I would normally get it later on.
There's 2 retired sets that, well, soon to be retiring that I really want to get. I'm not. There's one set that's going to retire that I'm not too scared about purchasing once it's retired, because I don't think it's going to be that pricey to begin with. That's the Sanctum, especially that I'm going down the modular route.
I've seen Sanctum in Smiths, and I've walked past it at 179 because I know that, you know, I'm going to be able to pick it up eventually.
I would feel bad about missing out on, and if you really, really want it, and waiting too long, because I could imagine that in a couple of years the price will be maybe higher than retail.
Oh, it definitely will be. Yeah,
knowing that it was discounted right from the start, it would break my heart double. Like, okay, I'm not only buying retail now, I'm above retail. I could have had it for, I don't know, £150. Euro.
It is.
I haven't been able to find the Sanctum at a good price. Like, I haven't been able to find it below retail, but I really want it. So, Stud, if you know where somebody is selling it for less than retail, help your girl out.
Yeah, but that is so strange, because I can remember 2 years ago when I moved to this apartment. It was August 2022. And I saw the announcement, the pre-order of the Sanctum Sanctorum. And it was really, really a price discount. And I couldn't buy it, or didn't want to buy it, because I was in the middle of moving. And then I was panic buying it afterwards because it was price reduced again. And ever since, for the whole 2 years, it was always you always see the Sanctum Sanctorum price reduced.
Yeah, it's always on offer over
here. It reduced, and I don't think I've ever seen it reduced. But
it's reduced all the time here, without fail.
It's 170 at the moment in Asda, but the cheapest I've ever seen it is 135 in Argos. If it's that price, I'm just waiting to see what Argos do. I've got no fear that Sanctum's going to just retire within a day and that's it. Can't get it. Because it's you see it all the time. It's in various stores. I'm just waiting to see what Argos do. If it's 135, I will get it. Right. The one I fear of, and I I am gonna get. I really want to get it, and that is City Gardens.
I must admit to you, mate, I am so happy that I managed to get it when I did. I mean, obviously, how I got it was through one of the brick shows, but if you can hold off till Bricktastic, you never know, because that store might be there, and one of the stores is what I got it from. But,
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I mean, I was quite fortunate to buy it. I got it for £50 off of retail. And the only reason I got a £50 off retail is because the box was destroyed. But
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not a box lover. I don't care about the box.
No.
The box is going straight in the recycling for me. So, but that was my white. That was one of my 2 white whale sets. White whale set number 1 was City Gardens, and I know it's still available, but it can still be my white whale. And the other one is the same as TJ's, and that's Ninjago City. That for me, that set, because I got back into Lego when that was released and could have bought that at retail. A close third is Welcome to Apocalypseburg. That's phenomenal. That set. But I nearly got Ninjago City and I hesitated at getting it at retail, and now it's, you're never going to get it at retail unless you piece it together.
I'm not too concerned about the first 2 Ninjago sets, because I don't know whether you can help me explain this, but when it's a set that was in my early days of Lego, I just got into Lego, or it was out just before I was into Lego, it doesn't seem that desirable to me, because it was at a time where I was really into it. I don't know what that is. The first 2 Ninjago modulars, if you want to call them that, I'm not interested in them. It's just City Gardens, and then that will then hopefully I'd like to get the market.
It's probably the thing is that we associate everything with attachment. So there'll be a nostalgia attachment to Gardens, because you would have probably seen Gardens come, announce, release, people building it, people getting excited about it, seeing all the nice builds in it. Whereas the set's gone by, the train passed. So unless you research what the train was, you don't necessarily feel the nostalgia for something, because that ship sailed before you were around. So, but Gardens is still around. We've seen a lot of our friends get hyped and excited about it. It's a beautiful set. It looks just stunning. And so maybe that's the reason behind it, because but I find that I find that there's modern sets now, like controversial. I'm just going to put it out there. No interest in getting Botanical Gardens at all. None. Because I've got the Friends one. I don't want another Botanical Gardens. I'm happy with what I've got. I might buy a second Friends one and expand it, but I'm not interested in the new one, because I've already experienced, for me, the nostalgia of building a Botanical Gardens. I've already done. I don't need to experience it again. Like, I'm happy with my Friends one. That's not putting a disservice to the build. The build is phenomenal. Like that Botanical Gardens is amazing, beautiful, stunning look. But I've already had my, nostalgia hype. It's been released. I've managed to pick it up. I've enjoyed building it. I've been excited by it. Love the elements. Love the pieces. Still to this day on display. Love it. I don't need another one. I don't need an alternative one. So I'm not hyped about the new one at all.
I do want to get it for my city next year. I do want to get it. I think it is gorgeous. And I'm trying to figure out the long-term plan of where it would go, how it would fit in a city, because obviously there's no side path and so on. That's realistic. There's not many Botanical Gardens that have a side path. However, I wanted to have a side path, and I've been watching Building Together, which is a guy from America, really good mod design, and he made like this little amendment to it to give it a side path. And I think that might be something that I do for it to really look compatible with the modular run. I think it will look good next to maybe the X Mansion, only because you got that little bit of greenery at the front of the X Mansion, and that might embed nicely with the botanicals. But in saying that, I know the botanicals is going to make that mansion look like a shed because the botanical is so big.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the expansion is a bit small. It is a little bit on the small side. I wasn't too sure to begin with, and I've seen it next to the sanctum and all this. But it could have done with a bit with another floor. It's like when I heard a year ago people saying that the museum could have done with an extra floor. I thought, no, definitely not. That I think that museum is perfect as it is, but I think the expansion could have done with a little bit more.
Well, the floors on the X Mansion, they're actually not that tall. Because if you look at the windows, like they have, I think Storm it is, they show flying out of a window. She wouldn't actually fit out that window. If you tried to put your minifigure through the window, she wouldn't actually fit through the window. So it's like the scale of the floors and the windows is not good on the X Mansion. They should have made the floors and the windows a little bit bigger, like maybe 1 or 2 bricks bigger, and it would have been better.
The biggest gripe,
my opinion, my observation.
My biggest gripe with the X Mansion, it might have saved them a bit of budget to bring out new characters or even put towards the actual building, is that they had a perfect Wolverine in the CMF series, a perfect Storm in the CMF series. They then go and create 2 new variations of those characters that, if you compare them, they are definite downgrades, right? Why would they need to do that? I think they could have just saved themselves a little bit of money. They could have bought new characters. I'm not saying that if they didn't make those minifigures, that they could have went on to make a 3rd floor. No, I'm not saying that. But they could have done something a bit extra with that set.
I think there's a lot of people that would 100% agree with you, Chris, because there's so many characters in the X-Men universe. I know Nicole and Martin spoke about it yesterday on their stream. There's so many characters in the Marvel universe, and you know, it's the classic case of popularity sells. So put the popular characters in the sets and it'll sell. So they put Wolverine in there because everyone loves Wolverine, so they'll buy it, you know, for Wolverine. And I agree, like CMFs are always going to have a higher quality of print because I think I've read it somewhere, and I remember several people saying it too. The CMFs are always going to be better quality and better printing because there's several different factories all around the world that all do the CMF printing and distribution, rather than it all going from select few factories. There's more places that do the CMFs, like Lego almost outsource the CMF creation to loads of different places. So because obviously CMFs are huge, like in terms of shipping CMF figures, like they are insanely popular. Like they come out and people swarm to get boxes. We're all included, so they need a production run that needs to keep up with that. So they have it done by several different places. So obviously for those, your premium price point for the figure is indicative of a better quality. I mean, you think about where they started. If you put that Series 1 £1.99 figure next to a Series 27 £1 £4 figure, obviously there's going to be differences through printing and things, but there's not going to be a huge amount of detail increase because the CMFs have always been kind of like a popular outsource. Like they've always been a popular thing. Maybe Series 2 onwards, because 1 was the testing point. But yeah, it's one of those ones where those figures will always be put in there because they're the popular ones. They're the ones that you put the face on the box, they're always going to buy them. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a bit like we didn't get Jubilee, for instance. We got references to Jubilee, but didn't get Jubilee. It's like if you watch classic X-Men, Jubilee is one of those characters you could have easily put Jubilee in instead of another character, but you know, it's one of those ones. If they'd replace Wolverine with Jubilee, there'd be some people that would be like, well, I want a Wolverine. I don't want a Jubilee. I want the main character. You're always going to get those people.
You think then?
I didn't get a CMF.
Do you reckon it's because that I think the CMF series is technically retired. Maybe that has a role to play, but you saw it with the new Disney Castle. So that's the one that just in front of me. You got Tiana, who was the exact same Tiana that came out of the CMF series.
I know. I was
they came out at the same time, and I get that. I know some people saying, and I believe, and I agree with them that they could have given her the version where she wears the blue dress. They could have done that, but. Was it just to try and save a little bit of money? I don't know. It's just I'm trying to understand Lego's way of thinking. If they bought the CMF Series 2 out last year, they would have known the expansion was coming up. We knew it was. We know since January last year.
So there is a small. I mean, most companies. I'm sure we can all say from companies we've worked or working for, without doxing the companies themselves. Communication is lacking in so many ways in a lot of places. Like, you just wish that people would talk more. And departments within Lego don't have communication necessarily. Like, the team working on the department working on CMFs, they might be working on the Disney CMFs, but they won't have contact with the team that's working on the Disney sets. So they won't necessarily know what's going on. So it could have been something simple as that. Is when it came to the line, it was just like, here's all the figures. Tiana's being released in CMF form, so we're just going to use the form that she is known best for. But I think it is a shame, really, because I think that if you think about Simpsons, take Simpsons as an example. When they released the Simpsons House, the Simpsons CMF line had all the normal face prints, so they had the standard Simpson faces. The Simpsons House had them all with their almost like, I don't know what the look was, almost like disapproved or irritated faces, like side eyes glancing off to the sides. They all got those.
I know what you mean.
And much like you were saying with Tiana, I'd have been quite peeved if that was the only set I would have got, because all my characters look angry. It was like, I want the characters that look like they're they have the classic faces. But I think Lego did something completely different and released those figures with different facial expressions in that set. And I wonder if they had backlash on that, Chris, and so maybe that's why they didn't. I don't know. I wasn't that big into Lego when that happened, but all the face prints of the face molds of the Simpsons and the prints and everything were different to the CMF line, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
I mean, they're going to make another series, and Marvel's getting another CMF series next year. They're getting the according to the rumors that the Spider-Verse is coming.
See, the thing is that I don't think anyone anticipated Enter the Spider-Verse to be as popular as it was, because originally it was done in kind of like it was done in the animated form. I don't know if they ever were anticipating it to be as successful as it has been. So that's going to be an interesting one. But I'm looking forward to What If Season 3. That is going to be so good.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of good things, though. There's going to be a lot of different spiders. It's going to look good. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. The Spider-Verse is amazing, and we've got is it Ghost Gwen is currently in a magazine, or was in a magazine. You can get Ghost Gwen in the Spider-Man magazine in the UK. She's available to purchase at the moment.
Isn't she in the Advent calendar as well?
Yeah, I think it's the same. It might be the same one.
It is the same.
Yeah.
Marvel don't give you much new stuff in their calendar.
No.
Which I know a lot of Marvel fans are a bit disappointed about. But I think just Marvel just don't save enough budget for their calendars.
No,
like City's calendar. I completely annoyed Maxine, but I'm going to burst mine open because she has I've done 2 calendars already.
I have the calendar. I have the calendar, Chris, and I've not opened yet. I've got to collect 2 other calendars tomorrow. Post office was an absolute pain in the behind. So they've been sitting there for the last few days where I haven't been able to get them because the post office I had them sent to they won't let me collect them. But I managed to pick the city one up, so I do have city.
But it's like, I mean, I'm not going to go on about it because I know I've mentioned it a couple of times over the year or so, but I love it because I see it as like a nice little expansion to the Winter Village.
Yes.
And you've got several new torsos, which you have to have. You can't just go in with one new thing. You can't.
Yeah.
We don't want repeats. You know, every single character, including the dog and the baby, has a brand new Christmas jumper.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And now you've got a family to take to the post office and a family to ride on the tram to the holiday main street. So you've got Christmas figures that can populate your scenes. Yeah,
exactly. I don't want I don't know, a reused firefighter from a set that came out in February and things like that. I want proper wintry figures.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We do love City, but and I know people have commented on this before, and I think Jang does amazing stuff, as we all know. But Jang picked up on it on a video for many years ago. One of his reviews of the fire station, the police stations, every single time we get a new police station, new fire station, or a new a new ambulance or a new rescue team. He gets comments going, why do we need another one? Why do we need another one? He's like, because Lego's proven that obviously Lego's marketing are fantastic because they will always go and do research with kids and everything. And they've said time after time, kids gravitate towards the police stations, the fire engines, and the ambulances. They always gravitate towards those sets. So Lego's going to give you sets that are going to sell. They ain't going to produce something that isn't going to sell. So they're going to keep giving us the police stations because they sell.
Plus, I know
that means we get the figures, don't we? We get the policemen and the firemen, and
and plus those sort of occupations are the very first ones that kids associate with. So they all want to be an astronaut, they want to be a firefighter, a doctor, and things like that. And they can see themselves. They don't really think about it logically because kids are at that age, their development. But they just say, "Yeah, I want to do that," and that's great. And then they can pretend to be that person, that doctor, and that fire engine, whilst playing with these sets because that's their storytelling.
But the flip side of that is we get 100 police torsos, 100 fireman torsos, 100 builder torsos because people like construction. And so your city figs mostly are you very rarely get casual attire. You most often get work attire, which is not a bad thing. If you've got a city scene and you've got construction workers, everything around, they're doing what they're doing. But when you've got like 30 policemen in a city that has maybe 60 figs, I wouldn't want to live in your city. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so
your population of police. That says a lot to me.
Although
that danger.
It is
30
sad.
policemen, Nicole. I bet you wouldn't mind 30 firefighters, would you?
Oh, unless I can have Scottish people all running around in kilts, then I would be up for it. But I can remember when I started.
Oh no, she froze up.
She started.
So really quick, while she's frozen, I'm going to say hi to Draken over on the purple side.
Hi.
We didn't clock what you said, Nicole. You froze.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're saying something about what you'd like to do with the firefighters. Carry on.
Yeah.
That is R-rated. I'm so sorry. No, I was thinking of the minifigure sets that I bought in 2018, 2019, and it must have been released 2017 to 2019. There were minifigure sets just with, I don't know, 15, 20 minifigures. Yes. There was a beach one, a city one.
Yeah, I know the ones you mean. They're amazing. So good. They were the figure sets, so you could go like go into the beach and you had a Lego City box with 15 minifigures, and they were all family figures and casual torsos of them going to the beach. And they had little builds, they had little ice cream truck and everything. I remember them. To kind of
I've gotten some of those on the secondary market.
Right. Back in the day, I thought that's a general Lego thing, and that would continue. And I was wondering the years afterwards, when is the next set coming? But they stopped somehow.
I don't know if they were that.
I wish they wouldn't have, because I like them.
No, because they're so handy. But I wonder if the market didn't. Obviously, there's us, but even though we've got a huge community, we don't make up a lot of the general Lego customer base. So I wonder if it wasn't that popular.
But I thought with children, that must have been amazing for children as well. Figures are always good.
Yeah, but then you got more little people to play with in your little city or whatever it is you're doing. Hey, Mayo, how are you?
Hello. Yeah,
I want to go back to Draken's comment. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right too. If I'm not, sorry. But he said he's not impressed with the Star Wars calendar this year. I agree. I didn't even buy it. I'm just gonna wait and buy the figures that I want.
But the Star Wars figure is not bad. The calendar.
I just want the figures though. I don't want the rest of the calendar. I just want the figures. So I'm not
everyone.
I think it's just they don't do anything new. Like it's just the same type of mini builds, and which you can't really use. You can use, I think anything you build can be used in some capacity, but it's just reused, recycled minifigures again. It's just you get the 2 Christmas jumper minifigures, which are beautiful, but they need to do more. Like if Star Wars did what Harry Potter does, or even what Lego City does, you would have Luke, Leia, Ahsoka, Praetorian Guard, even the Super Battle Droid. You'd have them all in Christmas jumpers. That's what they need to do, but they don't. For some reason, I think they just use so much budget in all the sets they bring out for the whole year, and they don't do what City do in Harry Potter.
But Harry Potter has never Christmas jumpers.
No,
Star
but
Wars is the one with its Christmas jumpers.
No. What I'm talking about is a wintry torso, so not specifically Christmas jumpers. But what Lego Harry Potter does is that they give them what they wear during the winter time on the films. I want them to, at some point, to do a one-off advent calendar where they can give them all Christmas jumpers. That would be fantastic. And the thing is, Harry Potter's Earthbound and Star Wars isn't. So Star Wars doesn't really have a Christmas. So they have to give them Christmas jumpers. They can get away with it. Harry Potter is, set in where we are. We're muggles to them. But you would have them give them new torsos, give them Ahsoka with Thrawn's Star Destroyer with Christmas and all that planet they went to in Ahsoka, which I can't recall what it's called. Just do that. Don't just do 2 jumpers.
Do you think they're scared?
They are. I think they are. They need to reinvest more money into their advent calendars, because you can't have and I can understand this. Harry Potter had, I think it was 10, 11 new prints, and then Star Wars only has 2. Something's not right there. It needs to be a bit more of a balance. And Marvel, blimey, they just add 1 torso, which is not great.
That's why I haven't bought the Marvel one this year. I'm like,
I didn't get the Marvel one. I also didn't get the Star Wars one, because I'll tell you, I like Star Wars, but I can't remember the names of all of the ships. I'm not that into Star Wars, but I like it in general. But I personally get tired of building the same little tiny ships over and over every year, and I'm like, I end up breaking them all up and just putting them into part bins and parting that out. I only want the characters. So if I only want the characters that are different, that have the ugly Christmas sweaters, or if they're like how they had the Beach Vader the one time, that's all I want. I'm just gonna go and buy those on the aftermarket from now on, instead of spending all that money on a calendar for pieces that I don't even want.
And also, they, like most of the calendars, and I know a number of people in the Lego Star Wars community, don't really do anything with those pieces. They don't go into anything. They technically could, with a bit of imagination and a bit of, mocking and so on.
You could put them in little kids, like if you have a city, you could put them as toys in a kid's room, or you could have like a Star Wars store, or maybe a Star Wars museum in a city. That's the only way I can think to use them.
But if you look at like Mark just said about the city calendar, you can instantly put that in the Winter Village scene and get them interacting with all the Winter Village sets. Harry Potter's this year is officially, and it states it on the calendar box, is compatible with the new Hogwarts system. You can pull it into your Great Hall. Last year, Hogsmeade, it was compatible with the Hogsmeade Village set. So they make their calendars into a little bit of an expansion to sets that are currently on shelves. And I think that's brilliant because they're trying to bridge the gap between, I know an advent calendar is its own set in its own right, but they're bridging the gap between an actual set and an advent calendar, which I think is great.
Yeah, because I actually used some of the minifigures from last year's Harry Potter advent calendar, and it's in a scene. They're in a scene in my Hogsmeade Village right here.
Yeah,
because it's perfect for that.
And it goes back to, I think Mayo touched upon it, and Draken as well. You get the same. And no theme in particular, like I'm not hating on any theme in particular, but you get the same mini builds of the same stuff. And, that there are certain themes that do it more than others. And those pieces are fun the first time. But when you've bought the calendars every year and you see another one of this particular mini build, it's like, could those pieces have not gone towards another figure? Or could those pieces have not gone towards making something that you can add to a diorama of a set that you already have?
Yeah.
See, for me, take aside, let's use, I mean, I don't think Harry Potter has it, but let's say, for instance, that the Harry Potter calendars have a micro build of a little Hogwarts castle. Like the first year of that would be really cool to add to a diorama of a bedroom. Someone's made they've built their own Lego City Hogwarts castle. But if you had the same thing the next year, exactly the same thing, maybe with one or two pieces swapped around, would you not rather have something else that is like useful that you could add to a direct? So it might be you could have a wand stand, or you could have, a book or two to add to one of the shops. I think that those sorts of things would be useful and would give more credibility to advent calendars than having the builds that, let's be fair, the majority of people that buy the calendars year on year on year, those little builds are just piece bags, and all they're going to do is put them in their pieces because they want the figures. Lego know this. They know that the advent calendars, the draw, that's why they do different torsos. And Harry Potter this year, I mean, I think we've been blessed this year with the Harry Potter one, my God. But they know that exclusivity sells. And if you've got someone who likes a theme, exclusivity will sell a product. It will sell it because there are enough people who are in the fandom that will be like, those exclusive things. We've all said it. You want it for the figures. So if we're just 4 people and yet we represent, let's say that there's 1,000 people that agree with each one of us. That's 4,000 people that all agree. We don't want the so many of the little micro builds. Just give us the figures. Give us something that goes with each figure. And if you're going to put,
I wonder.
Can I also add in one thing as well? Last year,
with the set that we already have potentially.
Can I add one more thing as well? Harry Potter did it this year. They did it last year, which no other calendar does, and they did it once. I think it was 2022. Not only do they give out exclusive minifigures, they even bring out new characters as well.
Yeah.
New characters. This year it was the Ghost Caroller. Last year it was Aberforth Dumbledore. 3 or 4 years ago it was the Patel twins that you could then, again, surprise, surprise, which you can embed into the Clock Tower set to expand your Yule Ball. They give it a brand new print as well with the Yule Ball poster. Like Harry Potter give out new printed pieces, not the same mold. Garbage that nobody really wants.
Can you explain to me how does it work financially that someone buys the Star Trek calendar, sells the figures, and makes money out of it, despite being left with the pieces that no one wants? Where's the money in it? Unless someone can really buy it for 10 euros in the end.
No, they probably do sell the pieces too.
But how much money do they? But how much money? Because the lowest price that I currently see for a Harry Potter or Star Wars calendar is 23 euros, which means they must make at least for the figures at least 20 euros, because they can't make much more than 3 euros on the pieces.
I'm cheeky, I am, and don't look down on me when I say this. Is every year, every January, February, with easy success, with the calendars, because I buy the Star Wars Anthem calendar, even though I think it's the same thing every time. I get it for the 2 Christmas jumper minifigures.
Yeah.
About February, I sell the other minifigures and the builds for the same price that I sold.
Yeah.
So I end up getting the minifigure every year for every single Christmas jumper minifigure which I own for the past 5 years. I've never spent. I get the money back, and I know it seems a little bit. What would you say it's called? Wow, I don't know. There's probably an awful word for it, but I always get the money back, and I end up getting 2 minifigures for free.
And I'm totally fine with it. It's just, I didn't see how it could work, because I thought if someone spends now 3 euros for a Star Wars figure, they want 5 of it, I could make 15 euros. So I need the calendar to cost a maximum of 15 euros, because I can't imagine that anyone makes more money off the rest of the pieces. You know what I mean? If someone would buy the calendar for 34 euros retail, how can you make money if you only sell them for 3 euros each the figure?
I get you. So you'd have to, because there needs to be something. But then, it's some people will pay more for figures as well. If you bundle it, if you make it convenient, so a lot of buyers will value convenience and will buy from you if you make it convenient for them. So if you have the figures, let's say the desirable figures, and you have all the other bits and pieces, and you have the parts pre-sorted. Let's say that all the micro builds have all been taken apart and they've been sorted into color bags, or you got like a bag of plates and a bag of things and everything, and you sell it for the same price, even though they're pieces. Somebody would potentially buy it just because it's just like, well, this person's gone to the effort of doing all of this, so they may just buy it because they're like, well, I do want the figures, and then I can make use of those plates and I can make use of these bits and pieces, even though, as you know, it's all the overdose pieces you get in every set. So.
Right, exactly.
But I understand what you're saying. If you've got 5 figures and you're selling them for €3 each, and you get €15, and you spend 35 on the calendar, how are you selling those pieces for €20 to make your break even?
Exactly. And if I charge someone €5 for each figure, then they end up paying, if they wanted to pay by all 5 figures, they would pay €25 for it, and then it's getting really close to the gap of just buying the whole calendar and have it new without someone else touching it.
People like convenience, though.
Yeah.
If you think about it, people will value convenience over, because they'd be like, well, then I have to get rid of all of the builds, I have to open all the bags, get all the pieces out, get rid of the packaging, get rid of the box, when all I want are the figures.
Right.
So it's that sort of, having worked in retail, I mean, I'm not now, but having worked in retail, you see patterns, and how retail are so clever at it, how they drive customers into the door and make things convenient for them, and get more money by making things convenient. People pay, Nicole, for convenience. They will pay over the normal for convenience.
Right.
So I wonder if that's the approach.
I mean, I'm like that. I will pay for convenience.
It's so funny that you say that, because while I'm sorting all my pieces, I was in between wondering, why no one offers a pre-selected, pre-sorted Lego system like, okay, buy here and pay me 2,000 euros, or the storage system, and I give you a basic selection of all the pieces, and just this is the basic foundation that you need. You have all the basic custom pieces pre-sorted. It comes in the sorting system. It will be put in place, and you are sorted, and then you can build on top of it.
I think there's not enough of a market for it. I think we because our community is so, although there's lots of us, proportionately we're still so small. I don't know if there's a. I would love that. Like, how awesome would that be? You wanna get into building some mocks and get started in mock building. You can buy a one system that gives you 16 colors. And in those 16 colors, you get 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, 1 by 8 plates in 1 by 2 by, and the same for brick and tile. And then it's all pre-sorted for you, and you get those, and that's, you know, £200.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd probably find that people would quite happily pay that to then have a system to set. I mean, you think about classic boxes. Essentially, when you buy a classic box, well, more so before than now, because classic boxes now contain 95% piddly little things.
Yeah, right.
But before, it used to be your basic colours, bricks, plates, tiles, get you started type of thing. But I agree. I think there'd be a system. It would be a niche market.
Right.
But I think there would be some people that might be interested in doing that, just to allow them to get off the ground, so to speak.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I was wondering. In between, I was thinking it's the worst idea ever, because everyone has a stock of Lego pieces that they already start with from their childhood. Or you are a child and then you don't have the money and not the interest to get it. Yeah.
I wonder, because we're mock builders, so I wonder for someone, for yourself, Chris, would that be something if you decided, woke up tomorrow and went, right, I'm gonna become a mock builder, I now need to build up an inventory of pieces, would something like what Nicole suggested, having like a service that gives you the basic bits and pieces you need to get started, pre-sorted, all delivered to you, ready to go, literally you're just paying for a set amount of the basic pieces to get you started, would that be something that you would think would be something that is interesting to you, or is that something you would think I would like to build it up on my own as I go type of thing?
Don't know. I think I'd like the first option. Maybe this is what I need. Can I have it? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Rather than me going out to find them, because I like whether this links into what I'd like to do with Ministry of Making's. Well, I know this is not me mocking. This is just me building somebody else's mock. It's gonna take ages to get those type of pieces, and if I want to build something, you know, I might need piece. If I go out and get them independently, it might take me so long to get them and expense. But if there was a service which Lego provided nearly every single piece that's in their inventory, I'd prefer that, really. I think it'd be easier, more convenient. Again, going back to that word convenient.
Yeah, because if you start slow, you start with interim solution, because I started with zipper bags first in buckets, then I moved to buckets because it became too much. Now I'm moving to drawer systems, and with the slowly expansion of the size of your collection, you keep on changing. And Mark now found the perfect solution, but until you find it, you change your system so many times and you sort it all over again so many times.
Yeah.
And it's so much waste of so I've got containers and different systems that I've spent money on that I don't worry about, sort of, if I recycle them or donate them or something. I don't care because the money's already spent. But
and it's a waste of pieces as well, because my pieces come from sorted out 80% of sorted out sets. 20% were really ordered from the Pep Wall, either in store or online. Those were really picked and chosen. But the sorted out sets, 80% of my loose bricks collection, they gave me so many pieces that I will never ever use in my entire life, but they need to have a place.
Yeah. See, and that's it. So that's where I'm trying to work through to see, because I know Lego are starting to do, I don't know if they're launching it everywhere, but they've started or were talking about having a sell your bulk back to us.
Yeah.
So you could sell pieces back to Lego.
Yeah.
And so and that intrigued me, because I was like, okay, so now for those pieces that we all have that container of pieces that contain the most ridiculous things that you're never going to use.
Right.
You know, if I could sell that back and it was, you know, whether it was element per element, I'd prefer it to be per weight rather than per element, because you know, that's
I think it is done per weight, because I think they have launched it here. Because I feel like in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, that some ladies have done it. It's a ladies Facebook group, Ladies Lego Facebook group, and it was done by weight.
Because that way you can get rid of those pieces. Because I'm thinking of doing that, because there are pieces that I'm never going to use, and I'm thinking it's taking up space that I'm never going to access to get those pieces, because much as I would love to, I'm never going to utilize them. And if I do need to utilize them down the line, I'll buy it from Bricklink as a one-off, buy it as I need it, rather than have it sitting there. And it's a bit like that. So for my Technic is literally in a container, one container. It's not sorted at all, because I never go in there. I never go in for Technic pieces. And it sounds horrible, like it's like poor, you know, the poor Technic pieces, you know, dead feelings, you know, abandonment and everything. But it's the things that I build don't utilize those pieces. And when I mean Technic, I mean I may use a Technic brick with the holes in. I might use a Technic plate with the holes in. But I'm talking about the gears and the bars and those sorts of things. Never going to use them. None of my builds that I build utilize them. So those are the types of things that I'll be like, here you go, Lego, have those back, utilize those for something else. And if you can give me, you know, I think they give you gift cards to in Lego gift cards. I don't know if I think it's gift. It's like a voucher rather than like points and such.
Yeah, it's a voucher, I think.
I think that would be far, because I would put that towards pick a brick and then get pieces that I really want, because that way then my collection is based on pieces that I want rather than those ridiculous. Because I'd sell all the bloody tires. I'm sorry, all those tires. So many bloody tires, like honestly.
You're not gonna build some random cars?
I could do. The only thing that I could build is a scrapyard and chuck them in.
Right.
That'd be the only thing that I could do that would be useful for them. But I'm thinking, I have a whole container of wheels.
Yeah.
I'm not going to build. I know I'm not going to be a car builder. I know I'm not going to build those. So those I don't want. But again, it's one of those things where those are the things that linger around the most, is the wheels and the tires.
Right.
So I don't want to take valuable real estate of my sorting collection up with wheels and tires, because I don't want them. Like, I'm never going to open that container to get them out. So why do I need them in my collection? If I need them later on down the line, I'll buy them as I need them.
Right.
Rather than just having 50 random wheels that I'm never going to access.
And the pieces which go around the wheels and
so annoying. I don't even put them in a drawer, because I'm just like that. I don't even grace a drawer with them. I'm like, no, I'm never going to use you. No.
No way.
Sometimes I find them in a modular building, in a think to myself, see, someone found a place for it to put. Oh.
Exactly. But you know, apart from having like a junkyard for all your tires, you're not really going to be able to add much to the city with them. So.
Where did we leave off on the chat?
We are through.
We are through? Okay.
Yes.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
I'm on the last bag, and I've just built. I'm just building the. I'm just building the roof. So I've got Draco, and I've just started to put the roof. Started to get the spiky roof pieces all ready to go.
That's cool. Look at that.
It's so cool.
Very cool.
That is a fun build.
That's the best hut by far. We've had quite a few over the years.
I am definitely intrigued to see how they're going to bridge the gap, because obviously if I put this all down, you've got 4 areas that need filling up, and I've seen the pieces that are left over, and I'm okay.
Oh, we have someone new. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello. How are you? Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for joining us. So we're all building something a little bit different. There you go. And then where's my manual? I'm working on the Santa's post office. Chris is building the toy shop from the Main Street Winter Village set, and Mark is building Hagrid's hut, and Nicole is sorting.
Forever the sort. Forever the sort.
Yeah.
You're never done.
Never.
Never done.
And I already know that certain sections need to be done more thoroughly afterwards. Because, for example, this bag are tiles in all one by something.
Oh, tiles are my favorite Lego element.
Oh yeah,
I love tiles.
I would agree. Just satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah. But the rough sorting, Nicole, is the right way to go to start with, because if you get yourself in a stage where you know everything in this area, everything in this bag is tiles. So my tile section, the entire bag is going to be focused on that section. So rather than going through 11 different units of finding the drawers, I know that I can concentrate my searching into those.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. At least that's what I planned so far, because I thought then I go insane if I then really fine tune everything, and then I will never be finished with it.
No. See, Mayo agrees. Forever sorting. You are forever sorting. Forever.
Right. Yeah.
Never ends. Like, we all have those elements that are the most fun to sort through. Like, although I haven't found a tried and tested way of displaying printed pieces to be able to organize them, to be able to see them.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing as well, is printed pieces. Do you class your printed pieces by the type of element that the print is on, or do you class them in their own category?
I have them in a separate category, and then based on size, round 1 by 1, square 1 by 1, and then 1 by 2. But the problem is I have a full drawer, one of the Acromiles one, just 1 by 1, filled to the rim. There's everything in it, from money to beautiful pieces, from the dots. Everything is in there. How now to find the one that I'm not looking for?
So I found, and it's the one I still use to this day, is I group my printed pieces by theme. And so I keep them all together by theme. So money Everything tailored to money
Yeah.
will be in a section, no matter what the piece is.
Yeah.
If it is print or sticker,
Yeah.
sticker with prints, anything related to money, it will be in that area. So at the moment I have city structures, so things like signage and like street signs, billboard listings, all of those things are classed as kind of like city building.
Ooh,
Then you have like the vehicle related ones where they've got like the rims have got like prints on. Those will go into a category. Then I will have things like food that goes into a category of its own. And that's how I've sorted them. That's how I've gone about sorting them, because for me it's a more practical way of sorting. And that way, because in that 1x1 drawer, if you want a 5-cent piece, you're going to be there for years finding it. If you go to the drawer of money, you're going to find it in there. And if you don't find it in there, you're going to find something else of the same theme that you could use instead.
That makes
so
sense.
like when I was sorting out all of my dots, I like kept all of like the IP dots together. So like all the Harry Potter dots together, and I kept all the Mickey Mouse dots together in 2 separate little things. But they were all the same size, so it didn't really matter about like separating them out even further. And then for like other things, like I have like food separated out, and that's really that's as far as I've gotten. I'm probably gonna do like the same idea as what Mark said, like separate out like the money, anything that represents money, separate anything that's like food. I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as like drink versus not drink, like solid food or whatever. I don't know how far I'm gonna go with that. I don't know if I'm gonna do it by piece. Right now it's just all kind of together.
Right. But
like,
it's really difficult because
calendar pieces, they're kind of scattered, but I keep them together by the IP, but they're kind of scattered everywhere right now.
Yeah. I was briefly tempted to put it on base plates, but then I would have base plates after base plates just.
And base plates are useful for meals.
Right.
You sacrifice a base plate for something that would look nice, but actually you can utilize it much better by just having the same system that you've already got, just having it refined by theme rather than piece size.
But
I mean,
so
that's
many,
a suggestion. Obviously, you have to go with what works for you.
Yeah, but there are so many cause these are the round ones. There's the 2x3, 2x4 with beautiful prints of sceneries, which can be used as portraits. There are prints of danger, and there are 1,000 themes that you could open theoretically.
You could. You could, but the other thing as well is do what Fab does, and if you've got a certain theme, something that's related loosely to it, or IP, keep everything IP. So if you've got like Harry Potter prints, just keep all of them together. And then if you've got a vast collection, then maybe sub-sort from there. So if you end up with 2 or 3 drawers of Harry Potter IP stuff, then you can go into the detail of, okay, let's go for portraits and prints that are decorations for houses, and maybe then you've got one that's specific to Hogwarts, so it might be the banners or all of those sorts of prints, and then maybe one for the minifigure accessories and things that come, like the oven gloves and things like that. You might want to have a category for those. So there's lots of different options, but you finding the one that works for you is always the hardest, because it has to work for you.
Exactly.
Like for me, it is important to have like at least the Harry Potter stuff separated, because I do have and plan on having Harry Potter in my city. So I need to have that separated out so it's easier for me to find it when I need to, whenever I start working on it again. Because nothing has been done to this in like 6 months.
I love the fact that you can take a Lego city and it's yours. So you can put what you want with what you want. So you could have, I think Chris alluded to it, you could have the Home Alone house next door to the Sanctum. Who cares? It's your city. Like
Absolutely.
it
You
doesn't
could have
belong to
Home
anyone else.
Alone, Sanctum, and then the other side could be Avengers Tower or the Marvel or the X-Men
Why not?
Mansion.
You could literally have. You could break the fourth wall and have Gandalf and Dumbledore together. Who cares? It's your city. Like you could literally have it exactly as you want it. You could have, Harry Potter enjoying, having like a butterbeer with Frodo. Who cares?
Exactly.
Who actually cares? If you've got those figures, it's just like, have Batman hanging out with Hermione. Who cares? Like it's your city, and if those themes make you smile, that's the whole point. That's why Lego has so many different IPs that you can just have so much fun with. I love the prospect of having things linked together and having people in my city doing different stuff. That's why all the things behind me, none of them are really linked to one another. I mean, I have mini dolls predominantly, but there's nothing to stop me from putting minifigures in there. And I intend to. Minifigures are going to join with the mini dolls, and they're all going to live together because who cares? It's Lego. Like, it's fun. That to me
I'm probably going to have a lot of people are like, you need to pick if you're going to use yellow skin or if you're going to do skin tone. I'm like, why can't I do
Lego.
both? I'm doing
Lego.
both. I'm going to do whatever the heck I want to do because it's my city, not your city.
Yeah, and also, if you are eliminating the yellow skin tone, how is that any different than eliminating any other skin tone? It's just like, just allow them to be. They're Lego. Let them be in the same set together. Who cares? Who actually cares? Like, it's yours. If you want to, you go for it.
Exactly. And I know some people do prefer that, and that's fine. It's their city. I'm not going to criticize for it. Because I know Robin Hood Bricks is one of my favorite city builders. And he uses only yellow skin. He doesn't use any of the skin tones. And that's his choice. And he'll buy like a Harry Potter minifigure that came out this year, and then he'll just change out everything so that it's yellow skin. And it's interesting, and I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And then I think it's also funny how he like mixes up because he doesn't know Harry Potter. He doesn't watch Harry Potter. He has no clue. So he's like making up all of these funny stories where he's mixing up Star Wars and Harry Potter, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. But you should do what you want with your city.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm a huge advocate for that. Just do what you want to do with your city. It belongs to you and you alone. And when you look at it, you want to take joy in what you've got. And you don't want that joy to be sucked away by somebody going, oh, but you can't put that with that. Says who? Yeah. Sorry, but it's my city. Like, you do what you like with yours. I'll do what I like with mine.
Exactly.
I found when I went through my sets, when I moved to this apartment, I rediscovered my TARDIS from Doctor Who.
Oh.
And I went through the figures, and I thought I laughed so hard because among the figures was Severus Snape from Harry Potter. Because when I set up the scenery, I had the TARDIS in my city integrated, and I had because I always felt so sad that Snape had to die. In my world, the Doctor came to rescue him and took him away. So that's why the figure of Severus Snape was in the TARDIS, and that's where he remained.
That's brilliant. That's so fun. Yeah. Like, you've made your own universe. You've made something exclusive to you.
Yeah.
Right.
No one else has got that but you.
Exactly.
But can you imagine if something happened to me and my family would have sold the TARDIS and someone would have gone through the set like, that is the weirdest Lego fan ever. Why is Severus Snape in the TARDIS with the Doctor and the companion and a few Daleks? Seriously.
I would have said, what an awesome Lego builder.
Right? Like in my city, so like I have multiple Harry Potter figures out right now. I think I have Harry Potter. He's in Hogsmeade Village like 3 times, along with Harry or along with Ron and Hermione. So the backstory is that they are there. It's basically all different scenes from using the time turners, and that the time turners broke.
Hi, Matt.
That's perfect. There we go.
Hi, Mav. How are you?
They have
Finished it and love it.
Oh,
so good.
Hold on, full screen. Hold on. Going full screen. There we go. Oh, love it. Oh, look at their little sweaters. I love their little sweaters. They
So
look
do I.
cute. Oh.
And Fang just hanging out.
Cool.
And Norbert's up on the roof. I love it.
Yeah. I did have Harry on the roof, but then I was just like, he's still too young to do that, really.
Yeah.
First time we've ever had a Fang, I believe. That's the first time Fang's made an appearance.
It is
Such
the
a
first
cool
time.
thing.
Mhm.
I can't wait for this mold to be done in so many different animals, so many different sets,
Yeah.
having all different colors and everything.
That'll be really fun.
I love this. I love this a lot. It's so cute. And I'm going to put it with the mushroom house.
Mm.
It's going to
Oh,
go
that'll
with the mushroom
cute.
house.
Yeah, that looks good. That'll look good together.
Yeah. So I'm going to put it with the mushroom house.
That'll look cute with the mushroom house. I like that idea.
I could have Harry riding on the snail. That would be cool.
Oh, that'll be fun.
This is
I
it.
like
This is what Lego's all about. It's all compatible with each other. So that's
Yes. That is exactly what it's all about. I'm trying to see how far I can get in the last few minutes of the stream. Because I started bag 5. I don't think I'm going to finish in the last... How many minutes do we have? 8 minutes? There's no way I'm going to finish the last...
I can't remember if I showed you the make and take from the UK. I think I showed Chris, but I showed on stream. Look at little Hedwig.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh,
He was a make and take.
cute! Where
So
was the
amazing.
make and take at? Was it
in a store in the UK, WH Smith. You could go in. You could either make Hedwig, or you could make a night bus. But the night bus was just plates, and I was
Did
like,
you
okay,
go back and do the both?
I said to her,
totally
I said to the lady, I said, can I come back and do a night bus? She went, of course you can. It's not like we all don't. And I was like, someone resonates with me. But I went back the next day, and unfortunately the display had gone.
Aw.
Oh
yeah.
Oh wait, there's a new night bus coming out January the 1st.
I have the night bus is one of the sets that I did have. It's in one of my storage bags. I have the night bus. I have the original night bus. That was so cool. I love that build.
I want to see how they're going to do this night bus. I'm probably still going to get it, even though I already have one, because I'm just that insane of a Harry Potter fan that I will have multiples of everything. I don't care.
Just a
I'm
fleet
insane.
of night buses. It's
I
fine
wonder-
if Harry's on all of them. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. I'm going to have like 30 night buses in my city. It's okay.
Just
What-
need a night
And
bus
the muggles
station.
can get on too.
I wonder if they would have a play feature which you can make the night bus go thin, so it squeezes in between, like the scene where it squeezes in between 2 vehicles. I mean, they did it with Grimmauld Place.
Yeah.
I wonder if they
That
can
would
do
be
it
cool.
with the night bus.
That would be
That would be
really
cool.
cool.
You could,
That
yeah,
would
because
take
they
a
could
lot
do
of
that. You could,
engineering, but that would be really cool.
that would be fun because they could do some plate building maybe in the center, and then have that fold in, and then the 2 sides come in.
Oh yeah. There is going to be another buildable Hedwig coming in January, which is a bit concerning. There's another one. There'll be
Another
3 on the
one?
shelf. Well, it's going to be part of that buildable Hagrid bike set.
Oh, okay.
It's been confirmed as about a buildable set, rather than
exactly, Matthias. The Lego Movie even put Dumbledore and Gandalf together. They encourage it. They put Batman, Lego Movie. They put everyone together, and they had the superheroes all together, like mixed all together, because that's how fun Lego is. And the Lego Dimensions game. I've watched a video on someone who said the Lego Dimensions, is an amazing thing, but it went under the radar quite a bit. But Lego Dimensions is revolutionary because it allowed you, and sort of gave permission for you, endorsed by Lego, to put Knight Rider with Doctor Who and put, all of these characters could just run around. You could have Wildstyle hang out with the 10th Doctor in a world, and they can fight Daleks together. Like, that's what imagination is all about. That's what Lego is all about. It's just having fun and play and
you could even have like your Lego minifigures killing the Funhole figures. You could.
We are not encouraging murder.
They
do. To be fair, I mean, they've had to obviously redesign, but they do look like they look like they need a good release. They need a good fart.
They look bloated, didn't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but you have to remember.
It looks like Playmobil and a Lego minifigure had a baby.
That's it.
I was going to say that I did have another saying I was going to say that they needed to do, but it would be far too inappropriate for stream.
But the problem is really, I feel for them because they need to look different so that no one can mistake them for Lego, and Lego cannot come after them. Because that is really bad.
And the thing is print-wise, they don't look too bad. Like even the Kobe ones have improved print-wise, dare I say, from the demonic things they used to look like. But as Chris said, it's just the fact that it's not even subtle as well. They kind of all look like they just need Rennie.
Yeah.
So please just have some Rennie. You look like you're in a lot of discomfort.
I know. It's just in Germany there are quite a few there are Lego YouTubers which are very present, and they told about what happens to sets which have figures in it, which Lego goes against it, and for everyone who sells these sets, they cannot be shipped into the country because they are held at customs. Some need to destroy the whole set. It's a nightmare. So I can really understand that someone says, okay, if I create a minifigure, we need to go to extremes so that Lego cannot come after us.
And I get it. Like, you can't have something that even remotely looks like a minifigure because that's Lego's IP. That's Lego's copyright. Bricks aside, they're more concerned about anyone taking their minifigure likeness. And I get that. It's just like they're protecting it because minifigures, if you think about how many minifigures there are in the world, literally every person in the whole world could hold a minifigure and there'd still be left over.
Right.
But the thing is that it's so difficult when you've grown up with something or a look, and then you see you've got a beautiful Funhole set, and then the figures on the side, and it's just like, I might just leave you unbuilt in the bag. I'm sorry. I might take your hair pieces, but I might leave you unbuilt in the bag.
They look like they got IBS though, don't they? They just need to fart.
But what will you do? What's the alternative? Because you want to be different, but the figure is still meant to be resemble a human being, so it needs 2 legs, 2 arms.
Yeah.
But the arms and the legs and the body needs to be different than Lego.
There are different size to figures as well, aren't they? There are different. If you because Jang put his minifigure next to them, and there's a size difference. I think they're more height-wise mini doll than minifigure.
Could be.
Yeah, that's
the same height as a mini doll.
Because I'm thinking about getting the Christmas newsstand, and if you go through the Funhole website in the U.S., if you get 2 sets, you can get this chili dog food truck, which they call a trailer for some reason. And I've been thinking about getting another set potentially, and so I could get that chili dog trailer because it looks really cool. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with the figures though? Like, I don't want to chuck them.
I'm afraid I don't have that's going to sound really bad. I don't have their brand figure adoption service.
Well, I thought, you know what? I live close to someplace. I live close to like St. Vincent de Paul or Goodwill. I'll just donate them. Like, I'll just.
You could mock a graveyard and give them their own sort of grave if you want to. It'll have to be pretty deep.
Going dark on us here.
You could. Just
make it like 10 studs deep.
That's funny.
Possibly.
I mean, they are not the prettiest looking. They are not the prettiest looking minifigures.
Well, you can put them in your hospital set, you know, like from conditions that they have.
These Funhole victims.
Yeah.
Or you can have one that actually. Well, I don't know. No, I had an idea there. I won't say
it. I'd be careful with some of my suggestions.
One of them, I think it might be the Cyberpunk set, looks like that George Lucas.
Yeah. I think some of them are modelled on real people.
That kind of look like George Lucas. Like the one for the regular newsstand, that one looks like George Lucas. And then the one for the Christmas newsstand, it looks like George Lucas in a Santa outfit.
Some of the faces as well, like they try to do expressions on the faces, and I get it, but some of them are just like, you know, almost start from the bare basics like Lego did at the beginning. Take a leaf out of Lego's book, and until you can get the faces looking right, just give them a smiley face, 2 dots and a smile. Start from the basics. Then once you've got that down to a fine art, because I think some of the expressions are a huge difference from faces that would look appropriate in the set. Full stop. Like some of them just look weird. Like I understand they're cyberpunks, but some of them look like their faces have been attacked by something. Oh, it's just like, yeah. It is difficult though, isn't it? Because we're warming to alternative brands now as a general consensus. Like, you know, whilst I'm not going to buy any anytime soon, even though I really like them, I think I might try and build the cyberpunk apartments using Lego to see how that goes, and just forego the lighting to see if I can, because enough of the pieces are the same. Oh, you can get alternatives, because for me it's the buildings. Certainly in terms of those, it's the buildings for me. Like the figures, I wouldn't populate anyway. Even when I build my own custom modules, I don't populate them with figures. I just build the buildings and I do the figures afterwards. So if I was going to get that building, it would be just for the building. It would not be for the figures, which is sad, because I'm sure Funhole are like, oh, but our figures are. We've tried our best with them. It's like, but the problem is that you're never going to get people on your side because Lego have got theirs.
They're too iconic, aren't they? Lego figures, they're way too iconic.
Unless there is a switch in future that people, we are now 100% Lego world that we are used to, and we are opening up to 1 promille, maybe % of alternative brands. Maybe in future there's a generation which grows up with a 50-50. Funhole, Kada, Kobe, and they are used to a multiple dimension of minifigure configurations.
One thing I will say... Sorry, go on, Chris.
I was just going to say, if you had like a kid growing up on Kobe and things like that, I think it'd be interesting to see what... There's a long-term study out there where, you know, kids are growing up year after year. They get all these alternative brands, including Lego. I'm just so convinced the kid will then his or her allegiance will be with Lego because Lego do more. Lego do Star Wars, they do Harry Potter, they do Disney. All these other alternative brands do unknown stuff. Like
not necessarily. Blue Bricks has
not iconic stuff, but Lego does iconic stuff.
It depends on whoever is a die-hard Stargate fan. Probably resonates with Blue Bricks. Star Wars, Star Trek is Blue Bricks.
Until Lego gets them, because Lego will get them. Like Lego would get Star Trek at some point. No question, they will.
I don't know, because Star Trek.
I think Star Trek will want that as well.
But Star Trek, there wasn't a Star Trek movie in forever, and I don't think that Star Wars and is very keen on Lego taking on Star Trek as well. I'm not really sure.
Well, they could do a one-off set. I'm very convinced. If you have Star Trek, would you rather collaborate with Lego or Funhole? You know they're going to choose.
They'll choose Lego, and the reason they'll choose Lego is the wide fan base. Instantly, their product is in millions of households.
Yeah,
it's on their radars because you know it's sad. And the thing is, it's not discrediting Blue Bricks because their sets are amazing. Like they've done Star Trek wonderful. Like some of the sets that we've seen of their builds are just amazing, and that the prints are fantastic. What they've managed to do with them all, but I do think that it's one of those ones where if you have a product, you're sitting in front of the dragons, and you've got you're going up to the dragons and you're presenting your product. You've got Lego sitting there. You've got Blue Bricks sitting there. You've got Funhole sitting there. You've got Kobe sitting there. You've got the four of them sitting there, all reputable, all have their own niches that people love and things that they love. And they open up and they say, who are you going to go with? And then in my mind, I'd be thinking, okay, history. Who has a solid history for the Tiny Bean Run? Who has consistency, history, good ethos and values, good exposure, good commerciality. Who's going to get me into as many houses as possible? You're going to go Lego because Lego has.
It's an international, worldwide business, whereas Funhole is a corner shop.
But Funhole does not go after Star Trek, so that is a comparison that's hard to argue. But we have already the situation that we have Blue Bricks with Star Trek and Star Wars with Lego. Now the question would be, is there a reason why Lego in the past has not gotten the Star Trek license? Because they had decades of opportunity to go after them. We don't know why. It could be the one thing is, if you look at the prices from Blue Bricks, they are not cheap, but they are less expensive than Lego, and they print everything. Now we don't know who is representative of Star Trek. It could be a fan of the brick as well, who is incentive of having printed pieces. And Lego, maybe if they went after Star Trek, said, okay, I want the prices of double as high. If we get into a business case together, we do stickers, we do these prices. And maybe someone at Star Trek said, well, but for me, it is important that everything is printed and the price maximum can be that. Maybe this is an argument.
I wonder though, Nicole. I wonder if it's fellow IPs blocking fellow IPs. Because if you think, let's use Disney, because Disney have several IPs with Lego.
Yeah.
Disney is huge, and Disney are very protective over their IP, all their IPs, extending all their IPs. I wonder if they've got enough clout with Lego to influence the fact that Lego might have wanted to, but they've said, if you do, because I can tell you for a fact that in retail, there are certain brands that will refuse to be on your premises if you have X, Y, and Z anywhere near them.
Could be as well.
So I wonder I agree with you. I think that why is it that they haven't acquired the Star Trek license? Because actually, they've proven that space and Star Wars is a niche that there are so many fans of, and there are just as many Star Trek fans as Star Wars fans.
Yep.
Because Lego Star Wars fans have obviously had the advantage of having, you know, a decade or more's worth of sets from Lego, and having Lego have that exclusivity, so they've got all of these sets coming through. But let's not forget, Star Trek had just as much of a fan base as Star Wars outside of Lego, just moviedom.
Yeah.
So could it have been that maybe at the time of negotiations with Star Wars, and they acquired Star Wars and they tested Star Wars out and they did their bit with Star Wars, when they looked into Star Trek, maybe Lucas was like, no.
Yeah,
you
that could
have
be.
us,
Yeah.
you don't touch them, or you don't go near them. Because I wonder, because I think there are more fans within Legos and Legos IP and everything. I think that they are constantly trying to get IPs from everyone, because literally Lego ideas, you make one-off sets, it'll sell. Doesn't matter what it is, it'll sell. Even the BTS set, you know, they tapped into K-pop, they tapped into a popular band, they made a music video themed set, they tried it, it sold. Was it the best thing in the world? No, but who cares? It sold. And probably in the in Asia, the market would have rocketed for that set. So actually, it might not have done well here, but in the Asian market, or the market where BTS is like global in terms of popularity, it probably got Lego's name in many doors. So I wonder if there are lots and lots of reasons as to why, because I know there's constant IP reasoning why Lego can't have certain licenses, and if it's anything like in retail, you can't have certain brands with certain brands because they get very protective. I wonder if Disney's negotiations of their IP, which they constantly have to do with Lego, is stipulated that they don't do anything in the, so, which is a shame. Like,
it is.
I'd flip them off and I'd be like, no, actually, Star Trek deserves to have a set too, and you know.
But as said, will not cut it, because we see it with Blue Bricks. There are so many ships and places there now. Places they don't do yet, but ships. There are so many ships that you can have, and the beauty of having it with Blue Bricks, they can really focus on it. They have all the ships that they are doing. They do it in 3 different sizes: in really big size, middle size, really small size, and then Advent Calendar mini size. But they have basically 3 price ranges of you buy something 15 euros, 35 euros, 200 euros. And I have quite a lot of the mid-size ones for 35 euros. They are gorgeous. I have really one big one. They are even more amazing, but how many can you really leave? They require space. So the mid-size one, 35 euros, beautiful prints, and they are about this size. And I don't think that Lego, unless they really went out and really dedicate like a theme like Star Wars, it would be heartbreaking if they just went every once in a while with one ship. Because the fan base is, you have so many ships that you can choose from.
Maybe that's why they won't touch them.
Yeah.
Because maybe they don't want to have another theme they have to invest so heavily into. Because Star Wars, as we seen before, yes, they do UCS versions of a lot of the ships and redo a lot of the ships, but they've also got a whole catalogue of ships they've not done yet, and a whole plethora of things they've not done yet.
They could have Star Trek, because, well, if you look at it, they could easily do what they've done with Lord of the Rings. Just do one set a year, and you know, Star Trek and Star Wars are very similar in many ways. But if you look at what Lego do with Animal Crossing, Mario,
but why would we need that? We have Blue Bricks, and they have a
I'm
whole
confident. I'm confident Lego will do better. That's just what I think. Better pieces, better technique, and a better name. That's
never. Because the pieces are really good. I'm not a fan of the pieces for the peanut set. They are questionable. I'm not a fan of
I
that.
didn't buy them because they were in sale in the UK. They were distributed through Miniso in the UK. Didn't touch them. I didn't like the look of them. They look cheap.
Yeah, that for some reason the pieces do not feel good. But I built my fair share of Star Trek ships, and the pieces in itself feel really good, and the printing is top notch. The printing over curves, over multiple, speaking of Gringotts, multiple curved pieces, brilliantly whole slogans of text printed on pieces. They come assembled on plates, and you have it all in line. And it looks to me that they put them on a plate, 6x12 or something, put all the tiles, and then they print over it. The same with curved ones and not similar ones, but all in ones. The printing is top notch. I'm not sure that Lego would have gone out there and delivered such a high quality when it comes to printing. I'm with you. The design would have been probably the same.
If, let's say, Blue Bricks brought out, I don't know, the most famous ship in Star Trek, and they were given the exact same pieces as Lego, 2,000 pieces, Blue Bricks. You go and make that ship, the Enterprise. That's it. That's what it's called, isn't it? The Enterprise.
Yeah.
That's it. And then Lego do the same. Who's selling the most?
Lego, because they're the most known.
But the price for the ship would be higher than Blue Bricks. Blue Bricks is not
Lego
cheap.
is still more well known.
You're gonna have people pay more. We've seen it. People pay more for Lego because Lego have already got their foot in the door of trust, consistency. Even though, to your point, the quality of bricks is on par, if not completely equal. I think I don't know if there's, it's one of those ones of if they've mastered the cross printing, then maybe Lego need to go and visit them and say, by the way, it will be really cool to, or do what Lego do and just buy Blue Bricks and be like, thank you, just to take that printing.
It would be, maybe not buying, but I would love, and we all would benefit from it, if Lego would look left and right, look at Funhole and look lighting. I'm enlightened. Let's do that as well. Integrated fully, and then look, they are brilliantly printing. How do they do that? Because I think over the next but that would be brilliant because I think there is a shift in the market thanks to people like Zheng, who are the lightning bearers of our community, going out there and compare. Because if we all now would buy Funhole and would get the experience of, wait a minute, the pieces, excellent, and there's a light kit in it, and the price is half of what I would pay for Lego. Why is it that Lego has these high prices for delivering less? I am not saying that once I start buying Funhole that I will never buy a Lego set, but I could imagine that every once in a while, if one has a certain budget and one has to decide between two sets, and there's a really good Funhole set or a Blue Bricks or a Carter or a Kobe set, and you look at it and think, well, I now have the experience. The quality is so good and I get so much more. If it's not a die-hard set, if it's a maybe set, I'd rather go with this brand.
The conclusion that I've drawn from this conversation, I think it just shows just how well, Lego is a different animal and how scary it is, because if we're highlighting all the one or two things which Lego don't do and these blue bricks and Funhole companies do, and Lego will always be more successful than they will from a business platform.
Yeah.
Just imagine if Lego went down the route of including these high quality light bricks and maybe went all out and just do prints. Imagine that as well.
And we can thank Funhole and other companies, because I believe that it is in human nature. You do the least to gain the maximum. And if you do not have competition and people buy at a high price a lesser product and there is no one who does a better job, why would you change to be better? If everything, because that would be insane. Why spend more money on something to make you less money if less do?
Yeah, it's a valid point.
Yeah.
I started
more
watching
money
one
if there's
reviewer
no one
who was
else there who
reviewing
does a
one
job.
of the Funhole sets, and they were like, Funhole could be some serious competition for Lego in the future.
Mhm.
And
especially when they change their
based on
branding,
what
which they're
they
doing.
said, I'm like, yeah, I could see where they could potentially be some serious competition. Because they keep upping their game. They keep improving. Like when they first came out, they were crap. We all admitted that they were crap. None of us liked it. And now we have people that have been diehard Lego community people, diehard Lego, are saying, maybe I should give this a try. And then they like it. And then they're telling people that they like it and why they like it.
The thing is, you're always going to have the two words that will always resonate, why people are always going to, doesn't matter what you do, people will select Lego because of brand allegiance. People always will align to a brand. They are loyal to that brand, even if that means that you are spending more financially, you'll stick with what it's a bit like. I'm trying to think the analogy. I think it was like Trevor said baked beans. We discussed this on stream, but he's like baked beans. You can have 10 varieties of baked beans, but once you have the one that you like, you'll stick with the one that you like because that is the one that is the best for you. Doesn't matter if that is the most expensive one, mid-range or cheap. You will stick with the one that's right for you. So it just so happens that Lego are a premium level of pricing. And now we're finding that as these companies have grown and developed, they've been able to get the same, in air quotes, quality for a lesser price, which then puts into question the profit margins that Lego have and how they've had huge profit margins over the years, is because if they can make a brick for a fraction of a penny and this company can make it for that same price, but instead of marking it up X amount to sell it at this, that other company
it'll always be cheaper though, these blue bricks and so on, because they don't have IPs.
They have IPs. They have Star Trek. They have
Star Trek
IPs. They do have
some, but largely, if you look at their entire range of sets they come out with, there's not many IPs.
Yeah, like Funhole doesn't have any IPs right now.
Yeah, none. So it's always going to be cheaper.
So but you have just their own creative.
It's
and
like
that's
Lego
what I
City
like
set.
about Funhole is that they're just looking at their website. Their sets are uniquely.
I was going to say that they are one of a piece.
Like if you want a Western theme, they have a Western theme. If you want cowboys and Indians, they got it. If you want to do the cyber steampunk, they got it. If you want to do, I forgot what the other theme was, but they have a couple of different themes that are very unique for them, and they look good.
And Lego, nothing's going to stop Lego from doing that, though, is it? Lego can go and do that. I mean, they can go and do a Wild West theme and all that. There's nothing stopping them from doing it.
No, unless they're stopping themselves from doing it because they don't want to get into any kind of controversy. Now, I will say that the Wild West sets that Funhole has, it doesn't have any Indians in it. It's just like Wild West, but no Indians in it.
Yeah, and but to wrap it up, because it's getting late.
It is. We're past our 2 hours.
But one important thing I think is, which would go a long way, is that whatever the companies do among themselves, it would be a very, very important step into the right direction if we within the community would be accepting of each other. If someone builds a funhole, Kada, Kobe, or what have you said, just treating it exactly the same as if one would buy
yeah,
and
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's if you're not treating people differently because they're building sets, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, but
There's something not right.
I'm so glad that we reached that point. I know, let it be 2-3 years ago, I bought a blue brick set and something didn't work out, and I dared to put a Lego piece to fix it. Because blue bricks, I had 1 or 2 sets, so the piece that I was missing to make it more stable was obviously a Lego piece. And naive as I was, I mentioned, well, it's no problem. I use this piece, I fix it up to that. Perfect. I think people fainted. Like, you put a Lego piece on a not Lego. That's sacrilege.
Their problem.
Yeah, but back then it was like
it was. I remember
it was
horrid.
That's their problem, not your problem.
Yeah, you were thrown under a bus if you used a fake an alternative brand's piece. Oh my goodness! If you would have put that in, I had it happen to me. The same thing happened to me. In my beginning of my journey, I used something which wasn't Lego brand, and oh my god. It made you feel like, I mean, it didn't change anything for me, but you just think to yourself, it's like, it's almost, I mean, thankfully we are moving away from it, because I think as more brands, because I think it was a lack of education. I think it was a lack of education, lack of understanding the core difference between having a brand of building brick that is not trying to be anything other than what it is, and then a brand that is trying to imitate and trying to be, I am just as good as this. It's like, rather than just saying I am an alternative building brick that has this, and this, I exist in my own space, I'm happy, I don't want to tread on toes, I'm just happy in my little space, and if I can get publicity, brilliant. But then you have those sets that are like, I am, Tego, and I want to be, I am just as good as that brand that begins with an L type of thing. Almost going for them. That is where I'm like, come on now. You're just riding coattails of a brand that is already successful. And I think it comes with education, but unfortunately, there are still far too many people across the board that will stick with what they know and will not deviate from what they know. They will stick with their allegiance. It's almost like a religion. They won't deviate from their religion.
Yeah, it is pretty much like a religion. So let's show off our builds and how far we got. Let's start with Chris this time.
I can't wait.
There we go. Let's start with Chris.
So I didn't get very far. I just built this. No, you're joking. Voila.
Yes.
Oh.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good.
It is.
So cute.
Oh, it's got a little Christmas tree in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, itty bitty Christmas tree. Oh, it's so cute.
It looks amazing.
It is fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah.
I still
absolutely love it.
I still think so far the tram is the best.
Tram is 100% the best.
Yeah.
Oh, tram's going to be the best. Period.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely.
And don't leave him yet. Cause
she wants
unless I wasn't really paying attention, but your background changed. Since when is there a shelf?
Tram again.
Wasn't there before tables behind you? Was there always a shelf?
Yeah, for the past week, I've been refining my layout. So I've got it all on computer. What tables I'm going to have? How many tables? Am I going to get the large tables, half-size tables, bookcases, and so on?
Yeah.
So I'm following that, and it's all working now. So I've got this weekend. I got this bookcase. I only bought this a couple of hours ago and built it. And I've got another. I got a table yesterday. That's just here, which is half the size of the large tables that you see.
Yeah.
And where I'm sat here, I'm sat on this oak desk that's going to go in the next few weeks, and then I'm going to have another large table just here.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what sets is going where. So the table here will have my Gringotts, Diagon Alley, and Hogwarts Express. Table over there is going to be the beginning of my Lego City. So that's going to be all the modulars and so on. And then also got a fan just over here, which is my wife's section. I'm taking into account every centimetre and everything that I want to.
As you have to.
It's just been absolute Tetris in this room. And even planning like floating shelves. What floating shelves I'm going to have, what I'm going to have in that wall. That's going to be where my I'm going to get a big minifigure display case at some point. And then a couple of wall mounts, where's those going to go, and where's the LED lighting going to go? It's been a whole operation. So I'm rambling here now. But
you can order that big minifigure display case from Wicked Brick using my link below somewhere.
Are you affiliated with Wicked Brick?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Why didn't you say? But I have to have this bookcase because there's going to be some sets I don't want to be part of the Lego City, so this will help manage space and take pressure off. But you know, this table and what it's going to be, its purpose. So you are going to find over the next any week I'm going to be changing, and like my background's going to be like a little bit different. But eventually, I will finally be consistent where I'm going to be.
Oh, yeah, but change is good. It's just for a second I thought.
Feng shui, isn't it? Feng shui.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta get everything in there and make it look good. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And that you like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, Mark, it is your turn.
So here we go.
Oh.
Yay!
I just love it.
It's so cool. And then the rooftop comes off. So I'll try and take it off. There we go.
Full retail. You can't even go wrong, but half price.
Exactly.
They like robbery, that is.
Full interior, full to the brim of stuff. Just.
Do you like that inclined chair?
Yes. There you go.
Good.
Yeah, it's so cool. And he fits in it as well. Oh, Frank's decided to jump off. But the roof itself, like the roof design, so clever how it's made up.
Oh yeah.
So clever. But yeah, so it's taken, a good 5-6 hours to build, but been worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that set's totally worth it. So for me, I've been working on Santa's post office. So we got, so far, I'm just throwing elves around. I have 2 elves. 2 elves.
Cool.
1 Santa. And then we have a little post office box with the little sign. You would think I would know where my camera is by now. And then probably my favorite priest so far is the little white seal, baby seal. He's adorable. Cool. Oh my God, he's so adorable.
Nice, cute.
And then we have a Christmas tree with some presents. And then we have part of a little workshop thing here.
That's cool.
That play feature is very good. Wait till you've built the actual post office. It's actually very, very cool. It's one of those play features where I can see a lot of adults keep
losing themselves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you got little art things with little letters in them.
That is nice.
Which they give you different printed letters in the set, which I think is really cool. So here's one of them is your traditional one that we're used to. Mm-hmm. Then on the sleigh, they have this one.
That is nice.
Which I feel
that's cool.
I don't know. But then this one caught me off, and I was like, wait, is this one a new one? I have no idea. But it's this little brown letter one.
That looks
And I
new.
think it's really cute, and I really
Yeah.
like it. So you get a couple different letters, and then here's where I am with the actual post office.
Look
I've
at
done
the colours.
exactly half the bags.
The colour is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done exactly half the bags, which was my goal. Was
Fab,
to do
did you
half
get
the bag
Did
this
you get
week,
the
and then
Did you get the truck, the delivery truck?
I did get the delivery truck.
Ah, that's right. 'Cause it's like it's like a little expansion to this.
Yeah. But my goal was to do half the bags today, and then I'll do the other half next week and finish it off next week.
So cool. I can't wait to do this in a couple of weeks. I've already planned out when I'm doing this.
I love it so far. This set is so fun so far. I love it. It's a great set. Highly recommend it. Everybody should go get it.
What's really good about these? They keep the same price points as well, don't they? These winter mini
They do.
sets, which,
Wow,
Yeah.
which is
always
great.
£90. Yeah.
Yeah, they did
So
with
cool.
this. And I've been
And it's
really
one
happy
of one of the few that has consistently kept, irrespective of inflation and prices slowly creeping, it's kept the same price point, and you're getting more. Arguably, you're getting more each time. That post office to get the if you just had the post office on its own, but you get the hot air balloon as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
balloon. That's so good. And it's like 1,500 pieces in there. And obviously, we know they're going to be small, but price per piece ratio is very good.
It's really good.
Yeah. It's a good set.
It's a
I like
heavy
it.
box as well. It's heavy, isn't it, Liz? It's a very heavy box.
Yeah, it was a heavy box.
Yeah. You get
It
a
was.
lot of weight in there. And a
Yeah.
light brick. You get a light brick too.
I haven't come across the light brick yet. I'm waiting for it. I got the little pamphlet that you get now about your little electrics in it, and I'm like,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a light brick in the Alpine Lodge? There is, isn't there?
I want to say yes.
Yes, you push down the chimney, don't you? And the fire lights up.
I know you do for the gingerbread house because I already built that one, and you got to push down on the little popcorn smoky piece on that one. So, on that note, on the purple side, we are going to raid somebody. I am thinking we should raid the brick bots. Do we all agree with that one? The brick bots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go with the brick
Carrie and
bod.
Ian.
So we will, on the purple side, we will head over to the brick pods. On the red side, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week and hope that everybody has a good week. Bye, everybody on the red side. On the purple side, we'll see you over at the brick pods. Bye.
Bye.